I'm not gonna say that, but I will say that it's a very I'm very glad to have finally own a record by Fiona Apple, because I am a big fan of hers and her music, both in terms of, you know, her lyrics, which are obviously amazing. Hello and welcome back to another video here on Aviator Records. So today I know it's been a while since I uploaded like a regular vinyl update, so today I've got a lot of records to show you guys that I've acquired, you know, over the summer. So yeah, let's just get started. First off, I found this 12-inch single by Big Audio Dynamite, and for those of you who are not familiar with Big Audio Dynamite, they were essentially a band that Mick Jones from The Clash founded after he left, and they sort of blend a lot of sampling with, you know, 80s dance music, but I really enjoy, you know, their style. I think they've got a unique style, even though the sound is very 80s and obviously dated. I still think it holds up today. So yeah, this is V13 by Big Audio Dynamite. Now the next record that I got is, you know, maybe not a holy grail. I'm not gonna say that, but I will say that it's a very I'm very glad to have finally own a record by Fiona Apple, because I am a big fan of hers and her music, both in terms of, you know, her lyrics, which are obviously amazing, but also in terms of, you know, her music, the song structures, and just, you know, the instrumentals and the production on all her albums is very good, I think, especially this one, produced by John Bryan, I think. So yeah, my favorite album of hers is Tidal, but you know, it's quite hard to get these days, so I was really glad to finally find When the Pawn on vinyl. So yeah, some of my favorite songs on this one is are probably Love Ridden, Paper Bag is really good, I Know, To Your Love is really good, and I think what really defines Fiona and makes her stand out, you know, as a pop songwriter and singer, is her ability to sort of mix, you know, a very soft and almost jazzy feel, you know, that she has in some of her songs, and then, you know, instantly change to more of a raw emotional vibe. I think she does that really good. So really glad to finally have some Fiona Apple wax, on wax I should say. Next up we're going to have a look at Silence is Sexy by Einstürzende Neubauten. And if you're not familiar with this band, they are a German industrial band formed in Berlin. And this album, if you haven't heard them, I think this is a very good entry point to their music, because it blends their older industrial style, you know, when they were banging on shopping carts and metal pipes and all that stuff, which is, you know, bloody amazing. Super cool band. So this album mixes that style with a newer, more, I don't want to say softer style, but you know what I mean, a more fragile sound, a more refined sound. So this is definitely not like a mainstream album, and you probably haven't heard of it, but it's not difficult to listen to either, so definitely check this one out. And it comes in a lovely gatefold sleeve. Obviously it's a double album, so yeah, Silence is Sexy by Einstürzende Neubauten. Next up we have another double album, and it's Music Has the Right to Children by Boards of Canada. So Boards of Canada is a really sort of legendary band, or more like a duo, a Scottish duo on the Warp label. So their music is sort of a mix of ambient and IDM. So this is their debut album from 1998, and they have made 3 other albums. But yeah, I had no albums by them in my collection, and I think they really do a great job of blending, you know, this nostalgic type of music with a really sort of outer worldly music. This album, I haven't heard anything like it. I think they sort of mix these weird samples from like Sesame Street and like 70s funk songs with some really beautiful synthesizers, and yeah, makes for a great album. So definitely check this one out. Next up we have a big boy. Yeah, it's The Fragile by 9 Inch Nails. So this is their 3rd album, came out in 1999, and it was originally released as a double CD and a triple LP release. So it's a really long album. This is the definitive edition, which is a reissue, and it has 25 songs on here, so it's really long. And most people, I think, would consider the Downward Spiral to be 9 Inch Nails like best album, if you can pick a best album. But I actually prefer this, and I know some other people do, because there's just so much more to dive into. There weren't that many singles from this album, so it's more of an album type experience. You really need to put time into this album to be able to appreciate it, and I think that's what Trent wanted to do when he made this album, is, you know, do something for the fans, and something that benefits from repeated listens. So comes in a beautiful gatefold sleeve. It also comes with a lyric booklet and some liner notes, really fun liner notes by the guy who sequenced the album. So yeah, it was expensive, obviously, being a triple LP on 180 gram vinyl, but I definitely think, you know, it was worth it, because while Pretty Hate Machine, which I do own, is a great album and a really good debut album from Trent Reznor and 9 Inch Nails, I think, you know, he really peaked with The Fragile. It just offers so much, and every time I listen to it, I pick up something new, you know, be it some lyrics or you know, just an instrument that I hadn't thought about before. And the sequencing on it is really top-notch stuff. So definitely check that one out.